Hey, my crafty friends, I am coming to you with a kind of update where I'm going in 2023. Plus, Traci Redesigns just put out an amazing kit for the start of January 2023. The colors are just wonderful, all that good stuff. But we'll talk about that in 1 second. A lot of people have been asking, what am I working on? I'm going to tell you I have a lot that I'm working on. Of course, I am trying to finish up my December daily. I'm always working on Project Life because Project Life is a huge task, and right now I am currently working on 2021, 22, and we're going to see where we're going to go with 2023. I'm supposed to be moving into a 9x12 for Project Life, and I just don't know. We'll see. So this is what I have been working on. This was what I was working on a lot before October Daily kind of kicked in and all that kind of stuff. These 3 albums. This is our family album. This is my oldest son album, and this is my youngest son album. And what I have kind of been doing, as a lot of you know, is I'm doing a huge catch up because I took about 8 years off of scrapbooking. And yeah, I've just been trying to do a huge catch up. So before October Daily came around, I was doing a great job on tackling 2018 and really any spreads that pertain to, that have like family stuff in them, or it was a family vacation, anything like that is definitely going in the family album. This album is not put together because I add things in here all the time. Yeah, like it goes from, it's kind of crazy because I think this is 2020. Let me just see here. Did I not put a date for that? That's crazy because this happened in 2018, I think it was. I don't know. Anyways, but this was a vacation in 2018, and then you skip 2 things and you're into 2020. So really what I'm doing with this album is just choosing stories. Stories that I want to tell, stories that kits inspire me, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is why this is not put together. Eventually I will get, actually I just ordered another album for family because this one is already starting to get chunky. So yeah, this one's already starting to get kind of chunky. And so when I feel like I'm starting to get a year that has enough to make its own album, then I'll be splitting this, hopefully to get 2018, 19, and 2020 done. And that's probably as much as I'm going to catch up in family albums, is 2018 and on. We'll see. For my boys' albums, I have really been doing just about everything. I definitely have been doing more stories for my youngest, because for my oldest, I was scrapbooking for the majority of his first like three years, I believe, and then I kind of let it go. So he does have Project Life for his first, he has a scrapbook for his first whole year and Project Life for a couple of years. So yes, I am doing some, but not quite as many for his album in the past. So that's kind of where we're at. I also kind of just do, if Canon is something that's going on in his album, I'm going to show you guys one. So something like this, hopefully you guys can see that. It was Field Day for Canon, but this was also Field Day for my oldest. What year is this? Another one that I did not. Here we go. Another one that I didn't do. But so in the same sense, if I can get you guys to see that, I will do the same spread for both boys and just knock it out very quickly. This makes 2 spreads go by very quickly. And it's, you know, I've found the pictures, I've went through the pictures, they're all in the same day. So why not just knock this out pretty much? Again, no date. I probably need to go back and put some dates on these ones. So that's been how I've been scrapbooking for the most part. Now, because I need to fill these albums and I don't really want to get any more behind as I'm looking behind. What I am going to do this year is start at 2023 and start putting in their stories, hopefully as they happen. Hopefully being on, you know, a design team and all that kind of stuff has really been helping me get some stories out that I don't think that I would have in the past. So that's a really great thing about that, since that kind of makes me sit down and do things. So, so this is Traci Reed's Renewal kit. Absolutely adore it. Here are some printouts of hers. So always loaded with so much. And yeah, we're going to work with this a little bit. So this was a TN signature page that it's going to get cut off a little bit there and it shouldn't have. That I made into a half circle is going to go in behind this. So we're really hoping that this is going to be a great year for my son. He's a sophomore this year, and hoping that he just has a really great summer with baseball. He's also doing a few things where he's about to get accepted into an early college program, and just a lot of good things, but also can't get my leg off there. Anyways, but also he is on the younger side of his grade. So he is in 10th grade and just turned 15 in November 30th. So about a month ago. Actually a month ago. Yes, this is the 29th when I'm doing this. And so some things he just obviously as a boy, teenage boy, does not want to do. And though he does know the importance of them, it's going to be a year that he has to focus, and next year will be even more. So this 2023 is going to be a big year for him, not to mention next year, going into his sports might be a very big year, or it might be a little bit of a disappointing year. We don't know what the future is to hold for him. So, I think that this kit will be great to start off with him. I want him to remember that, you know, to shine and just really put out there what you want to attract. Obviously, that's the thing. Like we always tell him, put out to the universe what you want back, and good things will come for you. So let's get started a little bit. This will come in parts, but yeah, I'm excited. All right, guys, so you are going to see me kind of flip back and forth between a few things and these 2 projects. So like I said, I mentioned I'm doing this for my oldest. I end up actually using it also for my youngest, just in a little different way. But first, let's start out here. I used the January 3x4 card to make this divider. I did reach out to Traci and ask her if her plans are to have this type of card in the rest of her albums, and she did say that it's a plan. Of course, you know, things can happen, but she does say that that is the plan. If it doesn't, it's not the biggest thing in the world. I will figure out another way to do a divider, but I would like to do a divider in these albums. I'm even thinking I'm going to do a divider in Project Life, but we'll talk about that project later. So I felt like it did need something. So I did just put a strip of that straight paper down the edge of that. I might go ahead and do it on the back side of it too, just so you don't see the white. I'm not really like worried about seeing that either, but it is what it is. So in Photoshop, I did take one of the 3x8, nope, it is a 5x8, I believe, card, a 5x8 in her files, and put a circle over top of it and do a clipping mask onto it to make that circle. Then just mirrored that image so that I could then clip a picture of my son onto that also. These pictures obviously were taken in 2022. It's okay. They were at the end October, because one is from his homecoming and then this one is from our family pictures. So pretty close to 2023. It's fine. It'll be a good representation of at least the first part. We'll see most likely the whole year. He's not a baby anymore and changing that much, you know. So, all right. So that's pretty much everything that I am going to, oh no, sorry. Okay. So yes, I have to put these two together. That is pretty much all. Oh, I remember. I forgot. I didn't end up mirroring that image and needed to reprint it. So that's what I went and did there. And then putting these two back to back. This one just reads, what you think you been, or what you think you become, what you feel like. Okay. I can't say it obviously, but anyways, what you feel you will attract and what you can imagine you create. This is just a mindset that I keep on reminding my son to have as he's going through this, you know, big change. There's that picture that I didn't flip. A big change this year and tackling some pretty big things for a 15-year-old. So we always talk about mindset and how, you know, negative mindset is just not going to get us there. Thinking more positive and being positive about things will help us along the way. So I wanted to decorate that picture up a little bit, but nothing too big. So I did put a good stuff there. And then I did just use a small heart from L Studios to jazz that up just a little bit. Nothing much. These aren't big spreads, but you will see in the end of this video, I do come back and jazz them up a little bit. I hadn't printed out everything and cut everything at this point. So, you know, it is what it is, and we'll come back to it. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I will keep the card more private and things that I want to tell my son in this time. So, all right, up next is the little guy. Again, a picture from our family pictures. I chose this picture in direct relation to what the colors are of this kit. And then I chose another picture from Octoberish also that I captured of him while we were walking in the trails. You probably, if you've been a member of my channel or subscriber for a while, you have seen that picture before. But I do not mind, you're going to hear this probably later, I don't mind using pictures more than once, especially because that picture I think is in our October daily. So all right, so just cutting along those. I could have put this in my silhouette. I didn't want to. As you can see, I already had cut a ton out for my silhouette. But one thing that I was super excited about, they might come on the screen here soon, is that I did take those glitter stars in her kit and right there, and foil quill them. So I traced them the edges and then used the sketch portion in silhouette to tell the silhouette to foil in just those spots, and then did them on vellum. And guys, they came out so good. Me and my foil quill have been friends lately. I need to use it more than when I usually just use it right when like December daily comes out, and then I use it for a few months and then I lose it again. So but what I wanted to do here was put all of these stars all the way around his little picture to jazz this one up. I don't normally get too crafty in my kids' albums, or I actually haven't yet. It is more about like definitely getting these stories done because I have a ton of stories to tell as I took an 8-year hiatus from scrapbooking. So I'm always feel like I'm in a big catch up. And that's why for 2023, if you had not watched my video, my fresh start video from before this, it is my goal to try and tell more stories in real time so that it's not always just like going back in my memory or anything like that, that everything is still pretty fresh. So there's no real rhyme or reason to putting these stars around this. I'm really just trying to not have like the same star, you know, in the same place. One thing that I really do wish I would have done is brought that vellum star all the way to the top and not put it under that blue one, but you know, what can you do, right? I am going to go probably check and see. Actually, that blue star is probably glued down to the vellum star, unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is. But I love how this turned out for his little theme to start 2023. I did just, it's more of like a reach for the stars, you know, a type theme. He's only 10, but he definitely is kind of the same, and he's a youngster in his grade, and so we're always telling him, and he has got such a personality, guys. I wish you guys would meet him in the real life, but he has the personality that just shines, and we always tell him never ever let anybody take that shine away from you. So how I decided to start putting this down is just using some liquid glue, as you can see here. I use Barely Art. I love this glue. It has a very thin tip at the top. Doesn't get clogged. It's kind of a miracle because I've left it open a few times. And just kind of go layer by layer almost doing it. So I'm not gonna make you watch all of that, of course. See, yep, I can tell that it's already done because I think I went in and I was like, oh, I should have put that on top. But cut these numbers out, which are in the kit, and just put 23 on there. And then I think I sneak that 365 new chances up at the top. And guys, I love how this turned out. So I think it's really great in their albums. This is definitely not something that would go into their family album, but for their own albums, I love it. And stories of just things that they did themselves definitely go into their albums. Things we do as a family go into our family albums. So here's to 2023 on doing more stories in the now. So I'm really been enjoying it. So already working on, you know, December daily and getting that done, kind of, you know, in the now, I guess. It's not like on the day of by no means. I missed that ball. But yeah, getting that done in the now, and that's probably as close as I'll ever get. I do Project Life, but even that I'm totally behind on that, and it's not in the now. So, you know, what can you do? All right, so the last thing I wanted to do to make sure that these stars stayed on the page was sew all of these down. Because I only went through and put a little bit of adhesive, and flipping this back and forth, I really thought that it needed this. So, of course, as soon as you go to sew anything for the first time in a while, you know, your bobbin runs out of string on the bottom and all that good stuff. So I had to stop the camera and redo it. I wasn't too finicky. I'm not the best sewer. So it's not the best. There was a part where it was like going way too fast and I wasn't moving. The paper was very thick, so I wasn't able to move it through it as quickly as I would have liked it. So, but it turns out good, and those stars are stuck for life. I didn't go over the 23. Here's where I go through the whole thing and then realize, like, oh crap, it's not been stitching. I hate when I do that. So now I have two. Okay. So of course, you know, when you have to, you finally want to stitch something, you have to like do a bunch of stuff. I was really trying to avoid going through that, but it is what it is. I love it. So we do need to chop off. This is honestly the first time that I've gotten pretty crafty in my boys' albums. Up until now, like, I haven't really done like super crafty ones. Oh, right in front of me. Because, like I said, I've been doing just such quick pages to get caught up. So I am definitely excited that I am able to do a few crafty things in their albums. I mean, I do more crafty ones in our family album, but I still don't get like super crafty, like doing all of this kind of stuff, and really taking time to do this stuff. Starting to get warm. Okay, so I was going to try and find something to put over the 23, but honestly, I think I'm going to leave it. Oh, I must have glued that down. I was going to put that over the 3, but otherwise, I love it. His is the, like I said, I need to do that. So, I think I showed you guys this at the beginning of the other video, but yeah, I mean, I'm very quick to just put stories in and do quick stories in their albums. So hopefully for 2023, they'll start seeing a few more. This one I would do a little bit, but I have a few 2022 stories in here, but as you can see, it's just like get a story done, easy, and put it together. So it'll be fun to, oh, I forget every time that this is not a 3-ring album. It's a 2-ring or a 2-ring album, and forget to not do the rings. Anyways, okay, so there is that. Looks great. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do a transparency. His transparency might go behind here since this is a 23. Like introduction to 2023. Okay, so I do think for his, this is just a picture that I have scrapped before. It's in his October or our October daily album. So you guys have probably seen that picture before, but if you are new, I don't mind using pictures over and over again, especially if they're in different albums. This is strictly just our October daily album. So I did use it here, but I would love it for to go into his album, and I'll probably actually use it again in his album for a 2022 thing. But yeah, so let's get this journaling card done and put his together and be done with that. All right, like I mentioned before, his is just going to be simple. I write out a little bit of journaling, I'll put this in here and cut off the other 3x4. I definitely keep those 3x4s, but I'm not sure if I've ever done a layout with 4 3x4s, to tell you the honest truth. And most of my stuff is outside the page protector at this point anyways. So, like even in my December daily, I very highly do not see myself using 1 page protector in that thing. So eventually I need to figure out, the only time I use page protectors is pretty much project life. So, and I've even gotten to where I work outside the page protector a ton in that. So, all right, a little bit of journaling and finishing that up. Just telling them not to grow up too fast and, you know, all that kind of stuff, because this is my baby. Using my Galantine one to chop that off, even though it didn't want to for some reason. Usually it's pretty quick and, you know, fine, and that one didn't want to. And slipping that in there. So that will probably be a good place for his first story of the year. Now we are going to go back. So if I knew that it was pretty plain at this point, I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And doing the stars on the outside of that one definitely sparked a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I have all of these stars left over. So, and these beautiful flowers. I know flowers aren't generally, you know, something that you use in boys' albums, even though you can, no problems. But it kind of goes along with our theme for him, and just to bloom and flower into, you know, the man that you're going to be and all that. We're not even going to start there because I will get emotional, guys. I don't even know how I'm going to get to graduation because I'm so emotional 2 years before it. So anyways, I also decided to jazz this up. It just needed something a little more, and so I just put your dash stitch line along there. And more stars along the outside to do your rules of 3, of course. So when you are printing out this, you know, the, oh, actually, nope, I made a tag, that's, or like a little tab. I forgot about this. So I didn't want you holding onto the picture all the time or this. I decided I was going to make a little star tab so that you could easily grab onto that and move it. So I did just back 2 stars together, so that one wasn't white on the other side. So I kept on forgetting to print it off a tab is what the problem was. So, all right, moving on to this 4x6 card. Love all of her journaling cards pretty much, but this one just needed to be jazzed up a little bit, like I said. But yeah, when I mentioned when you go to cut this one, just make sure that you cut like a gazillion million of these stars because they're all so good. And you can put them everywhere. Make them all different sizes. So I sized them in all different sizes. I think when I went through, I made like a row of 3, and then the next row I sized them down just a little bit, and then I made like 3 different sizes of each star so that I would know that I would have enough stars. And clearly I had enough stars, right? But yeah, I just wanted to add another rule of 3 to this card, sorry. And then I will do that journaling off camera, as he likes to keep things a little bit more private. He doesn't care about his picture so much, but anything like that, private. Thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely don't forget to visit the other YouTube channels on this hop, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.